So welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing some more happy home designer. I'm just looking at everyone's themes right now, seeing who wants what. We had pottery, we have apples, we have swim club. Over here, okay, I looked at apple again. Over here we have bats, and then of course we have pastel colors, but you probably knew who I was gonna go for. I chose apple. Apple just, I couldn't resist. So cute, it's so little. Not gonna lie, I did kind of fumble there. I did mess up talking to Apple and then told her no, but I did really want to talk to her. But yeah, you know, I hit the wrong button. So, okay, of course I chose Apple. Why wouldn't you? I mean, the other stuff were okay and all, but I definitely think Apple's was the best out of all of them, so obviously we chose Apple. So from here, I'm just kind of going around picking to see which one I think goes the best with Apple's theme. Maybe I chose wrong, but I think I chose okay. I did take quite a bit of time trying to figure out exactly where I think Apple deserved to be. So you can see I'm just kind of like clicking around, looking at each of the areas, and I definitely thought this one was the best contender, so I went with that. One horrible jump cut later, and we're here. Okay, as you can see, we've rolled up now. I think this is definitely still the best place for Apple, especially because like Apple has such like a cute core kind of like vibe in general. So I started from the outside. I take my time on these, and this time it's not gonna be like so sped up and cut out that you can't see me do everything. This time I'm just speeding it up, and I will talk through like my entire design process. I definitely think I did kind of the best. Okay, I'm really sorry about the radio and the fact that I had to, I guess you could say, fast forward this all. The audio is desynced. I cannot help that. I don't know how to fix it. I seriously can't fix it because for some reason my Elgato capture card decided to unsync the audio halfway through. So if there's parts where the audio doesn't match at all with what I'm doing on the screen, I really do apologize about that. I can't fix it. That's a pre-editing problem. From like this point, we're kind of just like looking around. I'm using my perspective. I'm going above, I'm going below, I'm moving. I'm kind of looking to see where exactly I want it to be placed. Obviously I got rid of those trees. Now I can't walk you through my entire like vision set for this because I did record this over a week ago, so anything I could have thought I've been thinking at the time, I definitely don't remember now. But I was looking for a lot of symmetry as well, because you can see where I'm placing all these trees, but I also wanted to make it look all cute, like you could sit outside and chill. I wasn't really going for a summer vibe per se, but it kind of feels like it's a summer vibe. Like the way I have the chairs placed, the way I just like had everything kind of just casually placed. It was more of like a, I guess you could say like a summer chill, casual, like we're gonna have drinks outside and food and we're gonna like just sit and watch the clouds pass by kind of thing. I'm kind of just like moving stuff around. I'm figuring out exactly what I want to place in the yard. I know that I want like a table there. I want to make it look cute. I want to make it look like people are eating. Make it look like stuff's falling from the trees that we're picking up in little baskets. And I want a like cute table and like those cute little chairs, everything. I think it's so cute to have like outside setups the most, like, cause it just shows that you use it and you're, you know, it's like a nice chill relaxed place to be at. I want Apple's neighbors to think Apple's like the cool neighbor, you know what I mean? I feel like about here is when the style started to like kind of pick up speed. I kind of knew exactly the vibe I was going for and how I wanted to have it placed and how I wanted to look, and if I were to have had this house, how I guess would set up my outside front, especially with this kind of like lawned real estate. So as you can see, I'm setting up the chairs in a nice way, showing that this is gonna be like where the two people sit on one side, and then like I guess one person who's a bit more introverted gets to sit on the other side, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's just me, but like, am I the only one who really likes the look of like fallen fruit off the tree? Maybe it doesn't look as realistic because I have fruit on the tree and then fruit that's fallen, but I think it looks so nice and I think it looks really cute and it like shows that like, you know, there's inhabitants there. I think it just looks sick. I think it's definitely a cool design. I guess some people might think it looks messy. I like it. Now it's time to set up like the cute little table, put the charcuterie board on it, and all the cute little foods as well. Yeah, I guess right now I am kind of like taking a long time, but I am just kind of like really trying to set it up with the way I think the outside would be best placed. I am kind of like dragging this on a bit more. For some people this would have taken 5 minutes for them to do the exact same amount that I did, but I'm really indecisive and I'm also kind of a perfectionist, along with being ADHD, so I get distracted easily. I look at everything kind of thoroughly and I try to really figure out what I think best suits the situation. Not all my decisions are the best, but for the most part I definitely think they're calculated. This entire like clip of me designing the outside kind of did drag on for a very long time, but if I'm having fun designing, I guess it doesn't matter. You know, because like why buy the DLC if you're not gonna have fun doing it and you're just gonna try to like speed run through the entire thing, unless that is the way your channel is based, where you just try to like beat everything quickly like Dagnall does. You know what I mean? I was trying to put in the best effort I could, a way where I feel like Apple wouldn't be angry at me leaving her house like this. I don't know what it is, but I really do think Apple and Nico look so cute here. Out of all my outside builds that I've done up to this point, you guys haven't seen some of my other builds. I did skip. I do have some bad ones that I could upload if you want to see them, to see like every single house I've done, but I'm really not proud of them. But I think out of all the outsides I've done, this one is the best to date. And I hope I can kind of work off this one more and make it as good as I want it to be, because I feel like I'm struggling with the outsides. I just don't have the right materials. I'm kind of just getting like a top-down angle now. I'm just looking to see from perspective like what else I could add. I know for some people, I guess my building style is really simplistic, and for me this is complicated, but for some people this is probably like, you know, they're like star, like this is so easy for them, but I like it. I think it works well. I really like it, and I would like have this house in person. I don't think it's simple. I think it looks nice, and hopefully you guys agree with me. From like this point, I'm just kind of like looking at it all, like taking it in, seeing if this is exactly the placement I want it, but it pretty much is. And now we're moving straight on into the house. I could have cut these up and made them different. Sorry about that really nasty cut of clip there. It was kind of like a horrible transition, but in here, fair warning, really bad desync on the audio. About the time I got into the house, the audio completely got rough. It was quite awful to deal with, to be honest with you. Like, well, for me to listen to in post, not while I was playing the game, because obviously I don't hear the desync when I'm playing, because I'm playing directly on the, you know, the system. But I liked what I did with the inside. I started off pretty slow, just kind of looking at everything we have. For some people, they probably hated this wallpaper and certainly didn't choose it for Apple. I think this might have been the game when I realized that you could use more than just what was given to you in the list. I had no clue for most of my builds. I thought I could only use what was there. I never bothered to, you know, quick like left trigger or right trigger to try to see like what was on the other pages. I just didn't think it worked. But yeah, I worked really well with what I was given, what I thought I was given, I guess you could say. And I think it turns out really nice. As you can see, I'm kind of like struggling right now to put the island and then to put the other kind of like island table thing. It was kind of like a hefty process, but I actually kind of like building in smaller rooms more than the bigger rooms. I only like the bigger rooms when they're the long and thin ones. I don't know why. I think long is just fun to build with, but I'm definitely gonna try to learn how to do the large rooms with the upstairs and stuff when I do get to that part of the expansion. But here's just me trying to see if I can fit past the island because I want it to be functional. I don't want it to just be kind of like a stylistic choice. I want it to actually work for Apple. So I'm moving it and I'm, you know, adjusting everything, doing what I can, picking up small things, moving them around, just kind of seeing what works and what fits. You're gonna see me kind of be very apprehensive a lot with what I wanted here. I actually really enjoyed everything I was given as a choice to put in Apple's house. You know, what I thought was like my required, that I couldn't do anything or like use anything else. But I feel like I was spoiled for choice here because it was just such a cute theme, and I feel like a lot of the other, you know, a lot of the other builds, they kind of like let you have free range and the color schemes aren't the best. I felt like this one I truly had a cohesive color scheme and nothing felt like it really stuck out like as an eyesore. I feel like everything kind of like worked as it could and as it would, and I genuinely was having like trouble trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to put in because there's not a lot of surface space that I kind of just can put everything everywhere because you're not gonna have food on the floor unless you were, I guess, eating on the carpet and I don't know, using a coloring book, you know, that kind of stuff, like what kids do. Usually kids like to be on the floor. But yeah, I felt like I was having trouble kind of figuring out exactly which pieces I wanted to keep and which items I wanted to, like, you know, take away, that kind of stuff. It was definitely difficult, but I think I managed. Man, is Apple so cute? Look at her, just kind of gleaming. You're probably wondering what I mean by like audio desync, but like I promise you it is desynced, and the reason why it doesn't sound or seem too bad desynced is because I sped up the video, and I guess speeding up the video made it catch up with the audio. I'm not sure, my audio was ahead, it wasn't behind. So, I guess that's how that works. I didn't know. But, yeah, so hopefully it's not too much. Hopefully I can fix it in the future. I'm really sorry if it is a bother to anyone. It wasn't my intentions, and I hope you can understand. This table was a nightmare with how large it was. Ugh, so gross. I also kind of hope that, like, nobody's, like, mad at, like, my choices or, like, my designs. Because I'm not like a pro at this. I literally didn't know that you could switch the, like, what items you were allowed to use. I'm kind of a noob at this stuff, but I was learning as I went, and I hope like me like taking my time to really like, I guess you could say, gracefully place these things and like think about exactly where I wanted them to be. I'm sorry I'm so slow at it. It's kind of like not my choice. It's just the way my brain works. I kind of like meticulously pick things out and place them. I don't just gotta try to place all willy-nilly. I really do try to figure out exactly where I want them to be. Like, see, like I just took those away. I didn't want them there anymore. I deemed them not good, so I completely deleted them and then added different ones in. It's like, I am trying to be the most meticulous as possible. I wasn't just trying to get Apple's house down and then move on to the next person. So I hope you understand. Man, I love a coffee table placement so much. I thought this was the cutest. Alright, the audio desync sounds, or I feel like is the most noticeable right here. So I'm not sure if it just started doing it and I haven't noticed it. But when I'm messing with this bed, it sounds terrible, in my opinion. Like it seems awful. But I actually really did like the color that I chose for this. You probably would have thought that I was going to keep it green. I think the yellow looks the best, and I think the yellow fit the room, like, perfectly. This room has a lot of, like, warm tones, and I feel like if you put a cool tone in, you're kind of throwing off the balance. Me keeping the middle table black and red was kind of pushing it, because the black was a little too intense for the room, but there was just no other good color for the situation. I think the black is technically fine because it's black. Like, you know, like black and white are like those colors that you can always keep in a color scheme. But yeah, I'm sorry for the desync. I really hope it doesn't bother you too much. I tried my best, I guess, to kind of like hide it, and me talking over it maybe can hide it as well. But Yeah, I really am. I do apologize. To be honest, I don't really think there's a single food in this game that like doesn't fit the room or like isn't cute or doesn't look delicious and yummy. These like the new Whole Food update, I hadn't played since like 2020 and food was not a thing, only like mother's cake and cupcakes and that kind of stuff. But like all the food is so cute and I really want to get into the cooking. So like let me know if you want to see a video on that. I really want to try the cooking stuff. But you know, I'm kind of like a little intimidated by it. But I think like food always fits the scene in the room. I feel like it can't do any wrong. That little spice rack, I kid you not, is the cutest thing ever. I don't think it was in the game at the time when I was playing like heavily, but I really wanted it in my house because I made a kitchen. I think kitchens were the best. The kitchen, the bathroom, all those kind of things I think I went for first at my own home, like on my island. I just think they're so fun to mess with everything you're given. And I definitely want that spice rack for my home. Around this point, I can really see how like my apple's house is like coming together. You can see everything's kind of like put in their place, like especially where I want it to be. Like these are the final like seating for most of it all. Now I'm just kind of like finicking with like other small little details like here and there, but I definitely do think I add more to these walls. I'm not sure exactly, but again, those spice racks are so cute. Oh my god, look at all these cute little customizations. Ah, so cute, so cute. Seeing the way I place the walls does kind of like bring me back to the point that I mentioned earlier. I'm not the best with wall placement. I don't think I ever will be. I'm trying my best to get better with where I think things should go and what I think like looks the best and stuff. I was kind of probably like frantically placing things on the walls just to make it look nice. I mean, I think it turned out well, but then again, the walls are so detailed and like so like out there that it kind of really doesn't matter what you put on the wall. The wall is already decorated enough as it is, but I definitely think I did the best for what I could. You can see I just placed a little apple in the cute little chair. Oh my god. So like from, I guess you could say from here, I am just kind of adding small details, changing the blender, changing the cutting board, making sure they all kind of have like a little cohesive style to it, making it look nice, to have it fit the room and the setting. And I do kind of wish I did do more with the walls. I was kind of like, I guess you could say I was over the walls in a way. So yeah, I'm just kind of like adding a chandelier and like adding a few smaller details here and there. This light fixture placement was horrendous. I could not figure this out for the life of me. I wanted symmetry, but you can't really get that. And I also really wanted to light up specific areas like that table, but if I tried to light up the table where the kitchen was lit up, it looked ugly. And like I wanted something to definitely be in the center, but it just couldn't. It just wasn't working out very well. You know what I mean? It just wasn't looking right. So I just kind of stopped with like the middle area and like called it a day, to be honest. There really isn't just anything else I could do from here. You kind of just gotta move on and call it a day. But just about here, I am pretty much done. I got it like a few last touches. I looked at the room, made sure it looked nice and everything I wanted it to be. And then I spoke to Apple. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope you enjoyed, and I hope you continue to watch my channel and follow and subscribe. Thank you so much.